was perusing.
No, this man is
He has
in the
been.
Avengers along with the Killdozer guy and like all the other people who just take the law into their own hands.
Well, we didn't celebrate Killdozer Day, unfortunately. That was recent.
No,
We should
missed it.
celebrate him. All right,
Saw
I'm
it during
pretty
the
sure that
NASDAQ.
this flyer is fake, but God, what a read. The next story is very true, though. A story that you read and you think, oh no, could this happen to me? A woman distracted by Taco Bell rear ends a patrol cruiser. She was going 60
Ooh.
miles an hour.
Damn.
Distracted by Taco Bell, how, you may ask, did she see one from the side of the road and get lost in the thought of the nacho fries and just had to pull over because they were hot now? No, even better. This is America. She was eating it. So she was
Mm.
eating her Taco Bell while driving and slammed into a cop car at 60 miles an hour. Sometimes the best news stories are the simplest headlines.
That happened
One
to
way to get
me.
it.
I wasn't a cop, but like, yeah, I was in an accident once on the Edens. A similar thing happened where like I was stopped because traffic was stopped. And then this woman ran into the back of us at like 50, 60 miles an hour, and then she was a real peach. Then we got spun off into a ditch, and then she tried to leave the scene, and she was throwing wallets out the window onto the Edens,
Wait, plural?
and then yeah, plural, like one has thrown a lot of wallets out. Some people
As
went
you
and
do.
chased her, but she only made it like a half a mile before she was bleeding from the head and her car broke down. But here's the crazy thing of that. She didn't get charged with leaving the scene of an accident because her car broke down. She said she was going to the hospital. I later looked up some of the other achievements by this woman that hit us. She was on parole for biting a mall security guard. It was her
Mm.
friend's car. And then the worst part of all of this, well, it totaled my car. We were all safe. It was a Volvo. My brother and sister-in-law were in it. Wear your seatbelt. She got tossed around the back quite a bit. Uh,
Mm.
the next week, so as you may have heard from my description of the woman that hit us, it wasn't like we were going to make any money if we sued her. The very next
What
week,
do you mean?
I see this news story that Mike Trout, the highest paid player in the MLB at the time with like a $600 million contract, did the same thing to someone.
Yeah.
Real.
Why
Oh,
could
you lost the
That
lottery,
bullshit.
man.
Why couldn't it have been you?
is it too much to ask for like Ken Griffin to rear end me or Mike Trout? I don't know why it had to be this Anyway,
The
sorry to
woman
go
who
on
throws
that tangent.
wallets. No, that was good. Thank you. Oh my god. Um, what else is there to say about that besides incredible? My last and final story is, um, San Francisco employers are hiring etiquette coaches for Gen Zers in the office who are not having a swell time going back into the office. These companies are hiring people to teach them etiquette from how to maintain eye contact to wear your name tag on your shirt. Apparently, it's always the top right corner, and as well as Slack etiquette. And what the article says is not writing out everything train of thought, and instead writing it in cohesive sentences. Imagine. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like these classes cost $2,500 for a 90-minute workshop where you tell somebody just to look each other in the eyes. Do we need
You
this?
gotta get into the coaching game.
I feel like I don't understand how generational problems work. Like, how is this a collective issue? I feel like this is something that should get rooted out before the workplace, but I don't know. I don't have kids.
I don't see one computer in that office. Is that like a picture from the 80s, 70s?
It's
It's a
just a
stretch
Look at all the
phone.
paperwork.
Spreadsheets.
Hold on.
An old phone too.
Old phone. But yeah, so we got a new office coming up. It's time to see who knows how to play by the rules once we're all back in there, and who is just gonna stare at you in the eyes so passionately and fiercely.
Creepy.
Have a
Order
etiquette
filled.
coach tell me that I'm doing a good job. Anyway, that's the news. Back to you guys. I'll see you later.
All right, James.
Bye bye. Well, I've got important news from the back. JD has informed us he is ever closer to getting back into the system. JD was locked out of everything this weekend. Tech security is becoming such a pain in the ass. Such a pain. I still can't get my company email on my phone right now. I just cannot figure out how to do it.
Oh my goodness. JD was so pissed during the reversal challenge track. He was just going off, man. I did
I
not
agree
know
with
he
what
was still. Oh,
Tribe in the chat says James needs some news intro music. I agree. That would be cool.
I think they had it, right?
Yeah.
I heard
a
it.
little of the
Heard it.
video.
Did I
It's
just
there.
miss it then?
Are you not paying
Just went over
attention
my
to the show,
head.
Dakota? What are you doing over there?
No, I
Yeah,
am.
no,
I didn't hear the
Discord
music
right
then.
now?
No. I was thinking like CNBC or where they just do the breaking news flash.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh.
That's very cool.
Pay
looking.
attention, man. Pay attention.
I hope that resolves that. So Dolby, we're flat.
Yeah, we got nothing. Plus 169.
I gotta see this.
We still have
Dakota's
our
been hanging out in
bids
Baron's Discord. He's not watching the show.
Apparently.
Me and Baron.
They gonna break your legs. Like, don't you owe a bunch of money to Baron's Discord?
Damn it,
Oh,
you guys
you?
do. You guys have everything. Yeah. I have my speakers down a little bit.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
make up excuses.
Euro close in 5 minutes. Might get a little bit of action here. This might unlock Nasdaq.
I mean, the range trade's working out, Dobie. If you would have bought
London
those
closed in
5
808s,
minutes.
the bottom.
I had half a mind to buy those 805s. Didn't pull the trigger on it. It's a system I think, we're just trying to scalp, like arrange this tight and have so much confidence that the range can sustain. It takes just a little bit of practice to just take those trades, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But do we short 840s again? I probably would, to be honest. Is this slow markets? It is slow
It
markets.
worked once.
Yeah. Hey, why not? It would have worked twice too at 800s. We just didn't
Only
get
paying
good value
attention.
on the trade. Now we're just stuck in the middle.
Chat, I want you guys to like it. That's why I did it. I want to donate. And then like I said, I'll do this again on Thursday. So if you tune in on Thursday morning, same thing.
You're a good guy.
Oh, they have the
Dakota.
poly market odds for how many jobs are added in June right now. They're looking for 100 to 149. Thousands, of course.
Added 10 jobs to the economy. Things are rolling.
About 50-50 in the tilt.
Order filled.
I would like to see Euro close push us higher, just so there's
I messed it up.
some trade available.
Crap.
Other ranges.
The idea was to have
What
it
was our
here,
over-under?
but I'm gonna get back
821.
in. I'm gonna get back in
21.
with
I
this
decided
one.
wherever VWAP was at close.
With this one right about here,
Okay, I got followed out.
87.
821.
Hopefully, if
And
we
here
go,
we are.
let me look.
Come on, Europe, do something.
Well, they're going to be closing here in about 4 minutes.
My speaker's down a little bit.
Right
Yeah,
there.
Jay, are
sure.
you looking at any of the other markets?
I'm
You're
scanning,
a
Jack.
guy.
I'm scanning, and it's tough sledding out here. There is not a lot going on really anywhere. Natural gas.
He made it. He
was
made it to
interesting.
my price target.
It's down 7.5% right now. That's probably the best market where there is a two-sided trade there. You could potentially buy these lows here. But yeah, not a lot going on right now.
And Hogue, are we still short crude oil?
Just a little bit of practice. Just take those trades.
Yes.
We'll get there.
We are.
We'll get there. But do we short
How's that looking?
Oh wow, look at that.
I think
The
it's
Dow.
looking actually pretty good. Here's the
Slow markets. It is
here's
slow
the chart.
markets.
So
Order filled.
Why not? It would have worked twice
I mean, we're holding below the
Okay,
IB
we're in.
low,
We back in.
which is good.
Okay.
We
If we back
kinda got
in,
down to the area
uh,
of demand that I was kind of looking
I
to
quite don't
think
like
about
that
covering. We got down to what
298,
64, 68,
but we'll take
67.
it. It's
So
only
I was looking at
one.
that as a kind of a cover, but
So
as
where
long as we
will
hold
we
below the
hit?
IB low, I think the trade is still valid. IB low 65.02,
Okay, so we over
which we've already come back and retested it once.
oh, over the. I
I
think.
believe
Let me
it's
double
after
check
that we've
here.
put in this low. Yeah, so here's the IB low we broke. Back to it,
Oh,
resistance,
here.
put in the low. As long as we hold that, I think we can still hold into this, but we got kind of to the area of demand that I was kind of looking at for a cover on this. Not looking for anything huge here, so I say we get back down to that 70 level. We think about taking it off. JD.
So you'd be happy to know JD is back in Slack right now, Hope. So
I
you
see
can
him. Yep.
talk with him there. Yeah.
Oh, good for him. I tried DMing him
We're up
this morning. I don't know, buddy. You're gone.
17 ticks right now.
Showing up right off the gate, chasing right off the gate. 614, 15, 16. We see 195,000.
Lovely.
Pretty good for
Probably
today.
at 200. Given the
Yeah.
speed,
All right.
close to 200.
JD's in with the program. We get back down
Well,
near
this
those
is new
70s. We're
volume
just going to
showing
cover
up.
it.
You look at the put
Stop
volume,
JD
got
could be
100.
up around 65.05 to 10 area.
Down 7.5% right now. It's probably the best.
We got 6 month bill month auction here in about 10 seconds. Won't get an answer for a while, but just to let you know.
Not a lot going on right now.
Thank you, Eddie.
And Canada's closing up. Or not
And
Canada.
Euro
EU.
closes
Euro
right
closes
now.
Okay.
Showing up. Look at the put
All
volume. Got
right.
100,000 contracts.
And now what?
Yeah, we continue to wait.
Whenever we get to this point, I always feel like the fish that are in the bags in Finding Nemo when they escape from the aquarium. They roll across the street and fall into the ocean, and they're all still stuck in the bags. And they're like, "What do we do now?"
That was moving. So I know you were the Dow Ranger for a little while last
I was
year.
for a little bit. Yep. It was a brief stint.
Right, have you out there in the Dow?
Some of these big
Had
contracts
benefits.
right here. So I would say
Wow,
that
look at
they'll
that.
probably push it to
Nice job, Dow.
611.
Look at it
Well, that's
go.
being
We're
aided.
finally getting some.
Goldman Sachs is 10% of the Dow. It's up 2.4% on the day.
The
Job,
best way to
Goldman.
do it, to be honest
Goldman
with
is
you,
10% of the
is
Dow?
do the,
Yes, because the Dow is silly.
That's insane.
Correct.
is really risky
Well,
strategies.
more importantly, what percentage is Sherwin-Williams?
Sherwin-Williams is nearly 5% of the Dow.
Unbelievable.
Really, really safe. You sell the 300.
Well, I said it before, but let me just do some quick back of the envelope math here. 16, 20, 25. More than a quarter of the Dow is Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, Caterpillar, and the Home Depot.
The odds are in your favor. 80% chance
Wow.
of problem. You make
Microsoft,
600
Caterpillar,
bucks selling
Home
this
Depot
out
makes
right
sense.
here, even if Circle moves higher tomorrow. If it's
Right.
not, if it's not
Caterpillar and Home
Yeah.
Depot are
Yeah.
never going anywhere.
When's the last time you bought something from Caterpillar, though? I've got about 6 more
Personally, no.
tractors in my backyard. I don't think they have room for any more.
So you're gonna have some market in your account to be able
Expensive proposition. I went to the Caterpillar factory in China, and it is pretty wild seeing the size of those things being made.
Really?
You're probably gonna get
Yeah.
655. So they're giving you 630, 640.
You get around, don't you, Jack? You've been around a lot of places.
Yeah, not so
How
much
did you-
anymore, but I used to.
No. That's well.
How did you get Caterpillar tour on your itinerary?
I was on a school abroad trip, so I was in China for a while.
That's pretty cool. Massive bounce here in the Nasdaq. 13 points. Tens.
Time to put a set and forget trade on here in the Nasdaq. We are holding that 808 level that I was looking at, which was the high of December 18th, looked below it a couple of
That
times,
way you can plug the loss. But
but
problem
really
is if
you
you
can't get a
look
close
further
below.
with it,
I do
it's gonna
think
backfire really
we
quick.
could trade
So
back up to
something more
22
of this
nines,
just to fix this already. So usually what you would do,
just
your
risking a
rates
new low of the
here
day.
gives you the 5.
Mm.
In this case, you probably have
Okay.
7.25, 335 call spread for July 18th.
Kind of intrigued
Makes
on
that
these
cash plug
Nasdaq
the older
shorts.
game. But now you have a trade open with a
Maybe
lot
back
of
in
risk.
We
840s
are
again.
Could usually go higher.
we're going to bid to
There's
cover
no
this
problem
short
running
crude here at
on the trade.
64.70,
That's why it's not really
early
the best
64.74.
unless you're really sure.
JD, if you want to 10% it, I have no problem with that.
Not showing up right now. Not in the buy
Or we can wait.
hourly. So here, for example, you try to tell it over.
What does the plan say?
You're gonna get it right, but you're gonna get it right here. Coinbase
Are you
is
gonna
around,
sell this again, Dobie, if we
7.25
get up to
today.
those
That would be
40s?
Yeah.
ideal because that
Yeah.
is a really good shot that we could go by the end of the week.
Definitely.
I was picking up a little bit here.
Need Coinbase to be here.
Yeah, NQ's
5-ish.
perked up a little bit as well.
Anywhere that's pretty low, that's pretty good.
Range.
Let's do it.
So we'll see what happens. For me, I'm just
Should have bought those 810s.
the loss is
Hindsight.
with it, will backfire.
This is
Hindsight.
the peak reversal challenge, though. Probably could actually manage your orders with the reverse button.
If you don't have one of these at your trading desk, you really have to have one. The old back scratcher.
It's an opportunity to be honest with you. So
I got one
not
too,
Yeah.
right here.
Oh, there we go.
because of the
Hold up
first
your back
round of the
scratcher.
ceasefire,
Yeah.
pullbacks
Just
and
be
the
careful.
contract
I've
was-
mentioned it
that was
before, but I
just that
once
we
saw a
picked it
trader
up.
that I was
We
working
saw the
with
defense
destroy his
spending
computer
negative
monitors with a back
5%,
scratcher.
huge
I remember that.
Back
Yeah.
scratchers.
So
Back
Lockheed and
scratcher.
And he
That's
got
pretty
it stuck.
impressive.
He got it.
Those things are flimsy.
He got it stuck in his screen,
Oh.
and then had to call the IT department and have them come up. Nothing more shameful than having the IT company being like, "Well, what's wrong with your monitor?" And there's just a back scratcher coming out of it.
Oh, I moved my orders.
All right, we're flat. We're flat that crude. Right around that entry. I think we 10%ed it just a little bit. Good job, Dolby. 225 on that trade.
Nice.
Nicely done.
One thing we are starting to notice here is we got some pretty serious negative delta in the S&Ps, negative 7,400, and we're at the high of the range here. We also have negative delta in the NASDAQ as well, not as deep, minus 760. But those aggressive sellers are not doing a very good job of pushing price lower in the S&Ps. It's a 17.5 handle range here. So it seems like there may be some sort of accumulation happening here. I can't imagine, who the heck is doing that. The Dolby value high in the NASDAQ is 842 if you're thinking about taking those shorts. You're at value high.
Ooh, I like that. That was very close to the 840s. That's developing a little bit of like momentum there, so I was kind of worried that it might just shoot up into the 850s really fast. But it looks like 840s did a good job holding. We did not get filled at 840s because I moved the order up to 844s. So it's just so it lines up better with the 30-minute chart. So there's still a chance that we might get filled. But there's a lot of little wicks and stuff on the 30-minute that I want to try to account for, just in case it gets a little bullish here.
I like that, Dobie. I like it. Because there's probably a lot of people short right here in these 830s, and we could just run their stops in the 40s. Maybe mid to upper 40s. Maybe we can even hit the 50s.
So, yeah. I think it also gets our stops. We're doing a 10-point stops at $200.
Oh,
It also gets our
I'm gonna-
stop to
I'm gonna close it now.
54 3/4, which is just above kind of the high of this range. Kind of accounting for that as well.
Do you
Order
have a wider or
filled.
tighter stop when you're doing this range trading?
For this NASDAQ,
here we go.
tighter. It's like a
600
10-point one.
bucks.
When we're doing the MNQ thing, it's much
Easy
much wider.
peasy.
So
But we're also
what's the
looking for
difference?
much smaller take profits.
Okay.
while we're waiting to see if Dolby gets filled here, I'm gonna toss it back to Eddie really quick for a little update on the VIP scouting.
Yes, yes, yes. So you know what? We got to fess up. Yes, we made a mistake last week. Yes, we did. We told you that the Top Step VIP scouting was over. Yes, and there were no more forms to be had. But, well, the VIP commission came to my house this weekend, pulled me out by my nose, and said, "Hey,